All right, welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. I have Tal Paperin. I'm not sure if I pronounce it right, but I'll do my best. He's the Vice President of Business Development of International Sales for KSW Solutions. Tal, welcome to the show.
Hi, Michael. Thank you for having me again.
All right, please, you're welcome. Please remind our TV audience what KSW does.
KSW is helping manufacturers, producers, or basically any other company with their business development with an emphasis on international markets. We help manufacturers and companies to get to new markets.
Tell me about what's going on with you in international sales.
Well, international sales is a very complex term because, as you know, each region of the world is very different than the other. And we're working so far, we are based in 32 different countries. We're operating all around the globe. And also each industry is different. For example, today I was speaking with a gentleman from Iowa with a dairy farm, and they're interested exporting dairy products to Eastern Europe. A conversation before that was with a Korean manufacturer of electric vehicles that want to export them to Western Europe. So as you see, markets are different, cultures are different, and the products are different. Mm-hmm. And we can help pretty much everybody because what doesn't matter whatever you're manufacturing, whatever your product is, there is always a buyer somewhere on the globe, and we will help you find that buyer, find that location, that region on the globe, and develop your business there.
You've had some different things occur in your company, and I want to talk about the success stories here. But let's dive into what's been going on with you on the business development side.
And the business development side. Well, we had several success stories. We recently helped a medical device company out of Israel that pretty much had no success of whatsoever to get onto the Western European market because the market was full and saturated. And the way we helped them was by completely redesigning and redeveloping their business strategy, marketing-wise, with a heavy emphasis on social selling and on social marketing, and that was the trick to do it.
Right, you were talking about that in a second. Bring that out, the social marketing. That's a heavy emphasis for you.
It's not just a big emphasis for us. You know, there's this whole debate that's been going on for over probably a decade now of this stiff competition between the social marketing and the cold calling or any other tools. And the way we approach it is social selling is just another instrument in the toolbox of the company's salespeople. So if whatever will work for this specific company will be social selling, that's what will teach them how to do and how to deploy, because social selling is an art. It involves a lot of different things. It's not just Instagram and YouTube and Facebook or the interviews we're doing right now. It's also social networks in countries that the average Western company have never heard of, like VK or OK in Eastern Europe, or WeChat in China. So our success stories are with a heavy emphasis on social selling using those networks.
What about new market penetration?
New market, I don't know. I just uploaded a video to LinkedIn today. If you heard, Russia is supplying to Turkey the new S-400 anti-aircraft defense missiles. So that is a great example of new market penetration. Russia has been trying to get into Turkey for a decade, but Turkey is a part of an American alliance, and Russians cannot get into Turkey. And all it took is for an opportunity. All we had is Trump slamming the Turks with heavy tariffs on the steel and aluminum, and Russians got straight through the door immediately, and those billions of dollars worth of S-400 missile systems are on their way to Turkey next year. So that's a good example of market penetration. I wish we could have been doing that deal, but it wasn't us, even though we're heavily present both in Russia and in Turkey.
Okay. And business roadmaps, let's bring that out.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
Business roadmaps, the way to the market.
Absolutely. You know, go to market Usually when we come to a company, or usually a company, they have some sort of a vision of how is it that they're going to get their product to the consumer. And the way there is lengthy. It goes through distribution, through shipping, through logistics, through cold chain, through storage. A lot of times there's a misconception in the company. For example, you thought that if you manufacture furniture in the United States and you want to be selling them in Germany, then all you have to do is pick up the phone and talk to the buyer in the retail store, like the equivalent of Home Depot. And then that's what you pour your budget on. You hire a lot of salespeople, you put them on phones, and they start calling those centers, and you don't get any business. This entire concept was wrong because, for example, in Germany, the way they buy it is through an official distributor that buys it in his turn from the official importer, meaning there's two extra hands. So the way you should have been selling is also using social media, targeting those buyers, creating brand awareness, and also calling this other whole tier of companies that you were not aware of because your road to market was completely wrong in this specific regard.
Got it. Is there anything new on the way to market or social selling you want to bring out before we close, Tal?
There's constant developments, and if there's only one thing I could recommend people is the following. No longer people, especially in the B2B businesses, they don't buy brands, they don't care about your product, they don't care about your brand, or they don't care about the features of your product. In B2B world, businesses are buying from people, meaning you as a salesman that sells to businesses, you need to be out there on LinkedIn, on YouTube, your face needs to be known to the people in the industry, and only later on you can explain to those people or demonstrate to those people how your product or your service will solve their problems and will benefit them. That's about it.
Music to my ears, Tal. All right, and broadcasting from just outside of Haifa, is that right?
That's correct.
All right, Tal, thanks for being a guest on the show. I hope to talk to you again real soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
Good night.
You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.